All right, if you're in enterprise IT, you know the grind. Keeping thousands of machines patched, secure, it feels like a never-ending battle. Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through the noise and show you how to master this whole process with one of the absolute beasts of the industry, Microsoft's SCCM. Okay, let's just hit the ground running with the core concept. Patch management. I mean, it's not just about clicking update, right? It's this whole life cycle. It's a structured process that's all about keeping your network locked down, compliant, and actually running the way it's supposed to. So the big question is, how on earth do you manage this for a massive organization without completely losing your mind? Well, that's exactly where SCCM steps in. This is the tool that's built from the ground up to take this incredibly complex manual process and just automate the heck out of it. I mean, just look at this life cycle. This is what it's all about. SCCM turns a total headache into this beautiful, streamlined workflow. It's constantly scanning for what's missing, pulling the latest updates from Microsoft, downloading them, and then smartly getting them out to your local servers, your DPs. From there, it pushes them to devices and tracks everything. The system does all the heavy lifting for you. You know, to really get how this all works, it's super helpful to think of the whole thing like a supply chain. Seriously. You've got the main warehouse, you've got managers, you've got local stores, and then finally the customer at the very end. Let's trace that patch journey. And boom, here it is, the whole journey laid out. It all starts at Microsoft's massive update warehouse. That syncs up with your Windows Server Update Services, or WSUS. Then the manager, that's the software update point, or SUS, inside SCCM, it organizes everything. From there, the patches get stocked in your local stores, your distribution points, before they finally make it to the customer, your user's computer. Now, this slide right here, this clears up something that trips a lot of people up. Think of it like this. WSUS is the guy who gets every single update that Microsoft releases, the what. But the SUP is the brain within SCCM that looks at all that stuff and decides how and which of those updates are actually going to get used in your environment. So we know how the patches get in, but how do we actually get them out to our devices? This brings us to a really fundamental choice every admin has to make. Are you going to go for full-on automation, or do you need that fine-tuned manual control? So here are your two paths, and your strategy really dictates which one you take. For that routine, monthly patching, where you just want it to work, you're going to use automatic deployment rules, or ADRs. That is your true set-it-and-forget-it option. But when a critical, out-of-band patch drops, or if you're in a super controlled environment, you need the surgical precision of manual software update groups, or SUGs. Now, if you do go the automation route with ADRs, you don't just flip a switch and walk away. No way. These best practices are absolutely critical. You always test on a pilot group first. You build in a delay, say a week, before it hits production. You set up alerts and deadlines. This, right here, is how you automate safely without breaking things. Okay. So you've deployed your patches. Job done, right? Well, not so fast. Getting the patches out is really only half the battle. Now we've got to talk about the long game, keeping the SCCM system itself healthy and, just as important, proving that your devices are compliant. And listen, if you take away one thing about maintenance, let it be this. This is the golden rule. Your whole patching system is only as fast as its database. That monthly WSUS cleanup, it's not optional. It's what keeps metadata bloat from grinding your entire system to a painful, sluggish halt. It's the moment every admin dreads, right? You push a patch, but it fails on some machine somewhere. So where do you even start looking? What's the first step? Here's the secret. The answer is almost always waiting for you on the client machine itself. These log files, they're your treasure map. Each one tells a piece of the story, from the scan agent checking for updates, to the content transfer manager downloading them, all the way to the updates handler attempting the actual install. The root cause is buried in here. Because look, deploying patches is one thing, but proving they're installed, that's the whole ballgame, especially for security audits. And SCCM has incredibly powerful reporting built right in. You can get that 30,000-foot view of your entire organization or drill all the way down to a single update on one specific machine. So after all this work, what are we even aiming for? Well, it's this number right here, 95%. That's the industry benchmark for a healthy, secure environment. If you're hitting 95% compliance, you know your strategy is working and your organization is protected. And that brings us full circle, back to the big question for you. Now that you understand the pieces, the tools, and the process, it comes down to your philosophy. When it comes to patching, what's going to define your strategy? Is it going to be the incredible efficiency of automation or the absolute precision of manual control? There's no single right answer. It all depends on your world.